And thank you so much for joining us. This is Wyatt Cox, and I know that you're not used to seeing me like this, used to hearing. And quite frankly, I was going to, wear the glasses and everything. The problem is that two problems. Number one, this glare I get off the light distracts me, and number two, I can't see worth a darn. To do this, I have to, if I use my glasses, I have to put on these readers so that I can see the computer screen. The only problem is, well, that's not so bad, so we'll do that. If you can deal with that, I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of people wanting to know what's going on with the radio station. At this point in time, I can't really say anything regarding the radio station. It's all in a state of flux. And even if I could say anything, quite frankly, these people give me a paycheck still. I have to deal with their decisions. They own the radio station, not me. So at this point in time, all I can say is stay tuned. Because of the programming change, and if you want a preview of the way things are going to end up going, go to this website here. It's trueoldieschannel.com. That's trueoldieschannel.com. Scott Shannon and the crew will be bringing you all of your favorite music from way back when. In the meantime, we're doing what we can do to keep things on the air. And those changes were made by people other than me. They said, put something on. So I put some music on. And that's what they wanted because, quite frankly, I don't have any way to bring in any talk shows. So there we go. Now, to the main reason that is this, and that is that Tuesday we have city elections in the city of Ely. And I have been working. I know every candidate that's running pretty much. The only place where I have a problem is seat 2. I'm not going to say a lot about county commission, city council seat 2, I should say, except that the people that are out there. David Conger is the one who has made an effort to talk with me, to work with me, and to have the opportunity to chat about his opinions. The other two candidates, and I know that Dale Durbridge is well known in the community. I have never met Dale Durbridge I met him once. I take that back. I've met Dale once. And we haven't had a chance to talk about the issues. I know David Conger's lines on a lot of things, and I'm not horribly disagreeing about a lot of what he says. So my support in that race is coming down to Dale Durbridge. And this, by the way, is commentary. My opinion is nobody else's. This has nothing to do with the radio station. This has nothing to do with anybody who has to offer equal time or whatever. These are my thoughts, my opinions, personal opinions. You got a problem with, you got a question with them, here's an email address. Email me. If I want to, I'll give you time. If I don't, I won't. But a lot of things are going to change, and we'll tell you about a couple of other things going on here in the immediate future, too. As to the Seat 1 race, it's a hard one for me. I've known Jerry Meyer for quite some time. Jerry Meyer and I have had a lot of conversations, and I think that Jerry Meyer, quite honestly, has the best interest of this community at heart. I think that he is a fine man and a fine gentleman. However, I have to say this. The biggest concern I have with Jerry Meyer right now is his health. I know he hasn't been he's doing better than he has in a while. Unfortunately, that's still not great. Jerry, I love you. I think you're a great man. I think you have the best interests of this city at heart. But I think right now that the main thing you need to do is worry about getting your health in order and if you hear noise in the background, I apologize. I've been after the boy to clean his bathroom for weeks. And the day I go to do a video, he decides it's time to clean the bathroom. So that's fine. Jerry, I love you. But I want you well. I want you healthy. And the most important thing is I want you back in 2 years healthy enough to serve the city council, the people of Ely, and the people of White Pine County. Take some time and get healthy. And then come back in 2 years and let's talk. Okay? Now, when it comes to the other two candidates, only one of the other two candidates, I believe, has the best interests of the city of Ely at heart. Only one of these candidates has come up with a plan and has come up with ideas, concrete, solid ideas. The other person just likes to hurl invectives. And of course, this other person is an expert at hurling invectives, primarily because, to me, and maybe it's just me, But he prefers to talk about how he's poor, poor, pitiful me. You know, I gotta tell you, when push comes to shove, it's not about how badly your family's been treated. It's not about how you've been discriminated against. It's how you've made a difference. Now, all I can tell you is Bruce Setterstrom, in his short time here, has done a ton of things to make a difference. He's worked with organizations in this community to try to bring in tourists. You know, right now, apart from the mine, which we can't control, and apart from the prison, which we can't control, the only thing we've got that we can control is tourism. We can promote tourism. And Mr. Setterstrom has worked with people in this town to promote that tourism. And the other candidate, whom I won't even mention his name, because if I do, he'll blow up my phone. His contribution to the city has been to sue the city over bills he didn't pay, over bills he thought was wrong, and sue all the way to the Nevada Supreme Court and cause the city to have to incur a $70,000 legal bill. Now, I'm sorry, that's wrong. And then still refuses to acknowledge what the courts have said. Then there's the matter that I don't have all the dispute on, but I am told that if this other candidate, this former mayor, is elected, he can't serve because of rulings from the Nevada Ethics Commission. If he can serve, fine, let him serve. But he's got 4 votes to overcome, and I got news for you. You've seen some of the 4 best years in city government that you've ever seen. And I believe if this man is elected, oh, you got a big mess on your hands. Bruce Setterstrom, I believe, has the best interests of this city at heart, and I hope you vote for him. And he's running for Ely City Council, seat 1. We're not talking about seat 4. We'll talk about that in a future video, because seat 4, 2 candidates are going straight to the election, straight to the general election. Now the mayor's race. Frank Baldwin, you impressed me. You're a smart young man. The only problem is there's too many questions, and I admire somebody who's willing to sit there and say, I don't know. And you said a lot of I don't knows when we sat down and talked. Mr. Baldwin, I want you to run in 2 years for the city council. I want you to come back in 2 years, better prepared. Because a young person such as you needs to be involved in our city government. And if you don't get involved in our city government, then we're dead meat. So, Mr. Baldwin, come back in 2 years. Come back prepared. Have answers. If you have the answers, then you'll be in much better shape. That brings us to Dr. Sto Pavlakis. Dr. Pavlakis, I admire you. At your age, coming back and saying, I want to run for mayor. Unfortunately, you have a one-note samba, if you will. Your main thing is you want to cut taxes. The problem is you're focusing on something that is a state issue and a county issue more than a city issue. If you're concerned about the landfill fees and all that, that's one thing. But then why is it when we sat down and we had our set-tos, did you agree with what I had to say and say, let's put this money toward roads and sewer? Mayor Jon Hickman's done everything he promised. Mayor Jon Hickman has over the last 4 years, restored sanity to city government and has worked with the council to make things happen. Mayor Hickman deserves another 4 years in office, in my opinion. I'm Wyatt Cox. By the way, our new portal site for all of our information, ELYNV.INFO. ELY.NV.info. There you'll find links to our news sites and to our radio sites, where we'll be having streaming audio coming up all the time. That streaming audio, by the way, is a ways away, but we'll have that for you. Thanks for stopping by. It's my opinion, nobody else's. Your comments, you're always welcome. See this right here, AmericanSunrise.gmail.com. AmericanSunrise@gmail.com. Thanks for stopping by.